Hello, everybody. Good morning. Happy Monday. It is that time again. Let's get after it this morning, guys. Good morning, Paul. Hey, Jonathan. Gearing up for another exciting day in the markets. Although FOMC this week, I don't know how exciting it's really going to be until Wednesday afternoon, but hey, you show up, you're ready for anything because anything can happen. Morning, Neil. Just drawing out my levels here, identifying unbroken highs and lows. We have basically been hanging around in this general range the last couple weeks. The market is open here. See if we can break out of it. These are the only real two levels we have. High and low from Friday. We're still in the middle of it. No real trend in play. Range-like structure going down here. Good morning, Bill, Joanne, Michael, Manor, Melodies. Good to see you. So yeah, stuck in a range here for the time being. Oh, sorry, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. I was looking at ES, which is in a definite range. NQ though, a little bit. It's got a little bit more momentum to the upside. Looks like it wants to go perhaps test Friday's level here. Then we have this big gap above that looming. It's been there for several weeks. But nothing to trade at the moment. This uptrend already at a break and a new high. Much too early to look for a larger uptrend. Plus the S&P highly weak so far. So we'll let all that develop. As far as econ news, there is nothing really today that we have to be aware of. Tomorrow we do have some JOLTS data coming out. Not only for this month, but also for September during the government shutdown. They didn't release it. So we're going to have a little backlog of econ data coming out tomorrow. So that should be interesting, and that has the potential to be quite a volatile event as investors and algorithms are made aware of what's already been going down. We've kind of been kept in the dark a bit as far as that data during the shutdown. So it'll paint a much more clear picture of where we're at. Also influencing the Fed's decision on Wednesday, which is going to be the big event. Rate announcement at 2 p.m. And then, of course, the press conference afterwards. So those are the major events in the early part of this week. We do have a couple, unemployment claims on Thursday, but I think that's going to be a little bit inconsequential compared to JOLTS tomorrow and FOMC on Wednesday. S&P continues to be heavy down here at the bottom of this range. Nasdaq is still trying to go higher, trying desperately to go higher. The S&P not really interested in doing that right now. If NQ keeps going higher, we may have something along these lines. Too early for that though. Right now we just need to be patient. S&P at the bottom of this range. We're gonna get a really bullish bar here. I would consider going long, but I don't like the general weakness in the market right now. Perhaps a little higher low being put in by ES. I will consider this. We're at the range. This is where we should be looking for a buy. NQ is strong. If we get a nice little bar here, I'm going to take it. Nope. Bearish close on that one. Still temporarily finding support here. See if we break down below. NQ is now below the 21 EMA, so we do have a little bit of weakness showing up. This might be when we flip-flop. That often happens. All of a sudden then the NQ gets weak, the ES gets strong. Definitely around the open, you see some of that battling back and forth. Again, if we get a really bullish bar here on the support, I'm going to be interested in buying the S&P. Waiting for that bullish bar. This could be it. Nope. The search continues. S&P still has a chance to turn around in a really bullish bar. NQ's having a battle of its own, looking quite whippy around here. Definitely a contentious area. Kind of right on the EMA. Still looking for that failed breakout here on ES. Yeah, starting to get the beginnings of a downtrend here. Kind of an awkward trend to draw. Doesn't really fit very well, but clearly we're going down. And if we hold that breakout of that little range, I would be interested in a short. Getting a bit of a push back towards that range. We'll see if the range acts as support or resistance here. Hey, Daryl, good morning to you. Bears not really following through here. We are slowly leaking to the downside, though. All right, so we tried to get back into the range. We had another nice bearish bar, so it does look like the downtrend is looking pretty solid. We will look for pullbacks to the EMA, and then we'll look to short. NQ's got a decent looking downtrend too. Still overall rangy, but so far sellers are winning. Okay, we're getting our pullback here. Let's see if the EMA provides any resistance. If it does, we're going to be looking to short. We have not really had an official attempt down just yet. So far, the EMA is not really holding as resistance. All right, there's our first attempt down there. Let's see if we can get one more pullback to the moving average and a bearish bar. Look to short. This may turn into a little higher low. See what this next attempt at the EMA does. We'll be patient. Let this next attempt show us whether or not we can short here. Meanwhile, good time to get hydrated, folks. All right, if this bar turns around bearish, this is where we're going to short. Ooh, this is starting to look pretty good. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Look at that bar. That's what we're looking for. Come on. Come on now. It's going to be close. Yeah, we'll take a chance on that one. I'm going to put a huge position on. But good enough to take a chance. NQ is dropping pretty well. It's looking to get that new swing low. There goes the S&P. So since the Nasdaq made a new low, I'll probably start trailing this sooner than later. Oh dang, look at that. Nice. Yeah, we'll go to that new low, I think. Lock in a guaranteed win. See if this can keep dropping though. Maybe we'll even head down to that key level. Come on. Get to that new low and I'll move my stop. Right now, to double bottom. Come on. One more little push. There we go. Woo-wee. That is beautiful, guys. Textbook setup right there. Second entry short. That's exactly what we trade in the Discord every day. Just beautiful. Easy, easy trade. And we trail our stop so we don't have to endure that crazy green candle there. If this was like a runaway trend day, we may have given it more room to keep going, but like look how choppy this is. The odds of us getting a big green reversal candle there were pretty high. So once you get that swing low, you start trailing your stop, keep it tight, lock in your profits. That's just money. Starting to consider perhaps a wider channel if we reject here again. I'll consider another short if we reject at the EMA again here. Now keep in mind that the NQ's trend has played out. Like this is definitely doesn't look like a bigger trend just yet. I mean, maybe. But the point being, we got to be pretty cautious here on this pullback. It's not a done deal that we're still in a downtrend. Get that big green candle right off that new low. So we could pop up very easily here. I'd be cautious about getting into the first short you see. Maybe wait for an extra lower high to confirm the trade. All right, let's see if the EMA provides resistance here. Again, you got to be really cautious. The trend very likely played out. So we're only going to take this if it looks really, really good. We get one more lower high. I'll consider the short here. Yep, there we go. Closing above the moving average. I'm going to be not really considering that downtrend anymore unless this really strongly pushes below the 21 again. But very likely that downtrend's played out. We're back into range territory. Okay, that's a nice push down. See if it actually closes below though. In Q remaining bearish, it has not even really tried to get above the 21 here.
Connection lost.
Come on, baby. Get a lower high on ES and I'll still consider this. Still a possibility here. Looks like we may drop without even getting that lower high. It's very possible here that we'll start to get the slowdown into the FOMC this week. It's a pretty decent movement this morning, but already seeing signs that this may not continue the rest of the day. Come on, S&P. Just give a lower high here. Yep, continuing to push down. No lower high given. That's all right. We already got our trade in. No sense in chasing something that's not there, or that's more risky. Pushing back up. Let's see if this rejects here. All right, we're back above the 21. This is starting to get a little bit sketchy in this area. Again, we're still kind of unsure whether or not we have a wider downtrend in play. Initially, it looks like everything was played out. That would be the wiser way to approach this whole section. So a possible wider downtrend is just like a what if kind of scenario, right? That needs to be proven, but still hasn't proved itself. And zooming out, kind of looking at the greater picture, we are still basically in the same range that we spent about 7 hours in on Friday. So look what we did in this during this price point on Friday. So very likely to continue till we break out of here to either side. So especially in these kind of congestion zones, we need the setup to be really perfect to give us a good chance of success. And we already had that. We had a great textbook second entry short over here when we did know that there was a trend. It was very obvious that we were in a downtrend. Pullback, one attempt to lower at the EMA, second leg of the pullback, beautiful bearish bar closing below, and that instantly just gave us a great trade. And that's how you know when you've read the market really well, is that there's usually instant follow through. Another push below the EMA. This is starting to look very rangy. We're just going back and forth above and below the 21. NQ also kind of struggling at the EMA here. It does look a little bit more bearish. While the S&P is able to get above a little bit, the NQ has not been able to do that. All right, if NQ gets a lower high here, I'm going to take a stab at a short. That'll be enough rejections of the 21 to justify it. Meanwhile, ES is kind of hugging the lows at this point. I think a better opportunity is here on the Nasdaq. So we'll see if this bar can reverse. Right now, not looking like it. Okay, here we go. This is looking like a decent lower high here. I like that bar. I like it. I like it. It's getting a little big is the only thing. Yeah, it's a pretty dang big bar now. We'll see about a limit order. If we can get a better fill back here somewhere. Just going to be looking for a quick scalp. Way too choppy to try to hold for a longer move. Just looking for a little burst down. Good probability that that's going to happen. And we'll trail our stop, see how much we can get out of it. Lock in like 5 points at a time. There we go. Easy little scalp. But again, not going to sit around. gonna let the chop go against me. I'm gonna get back in. Same trade is valid. ES is moving down, so might drag the NQ down with it real quick. Just looking for another pop. Or drop, I guess. It's not a pop. A pop to the downside. If it clears that, the previous bar's low will start to trail. Just taking quick pops, guys. Super high probability. Over on the S&P, do have a new low, so it does look like this larger trend was in play. But now it is very close to be, yeah, now it's technically played out. We do have yesterday's low right there. We'll see if we can go test it. This will be an area to watch, guys. If we can actually break through yesterday's low, market could get moving. We could have a decent move here. It's going to take quite a bit, though. You'll, again, look at what happened on Friday. Pretty significant push here, big bounce. Significant push here, big bounce. It's been very resistant to break that level. That same thing happened at the overnight right here. That was a really nice overnight move and completely rejected right around the same price point. So it'll take a lot to get below it, but if we do, could have a decent flush. All right, S&P moving down again, going to test that level. Watch this closely. This could get interesting. Not blowing through this level right now. Early signs that this might be support. Just T asking, do I expect a big bounce up if it breaks? 6865. I don't know why I would expect a bounce up if it breaks. If it breaks, we'd be looking for it to go down. But you don't want to just buy randomly here. If I'm reading between the lines, that's usually why people ask that question. Do you expect a bounce here? They're like ready to buy. Yeah, don't buy this yet. We're at a key level. Anything can happen here, right? That's kind of the whole idea, is you need to, especially around key levels, wait for confirmation, because you could get a little bit of a bounce here and you're like, oh man, this is support, and then boom, the bottom drops off. Or the opposite, it breaks out and you're like, oh yeah, this is for sure going down, and boom, it reverses back up. So you need a lot extra confirmation around the key level. Right now, we do not have any trend in play, right? We had a downtrend that played out. So that piece of probabilities is saying that we bounce. However, you got to know there's a lot of stops right down in here from Friday's action. So if we do push down a little bit, some of those could get triggered and we could get a nice little drop even if it does recover. So all that to say, we just got to be cautious and wait here. Ghost asking, what would be the confirmation? Well, right now, we need a trend in play. That's the main thing. So if we get, let's say to the upside, if we get a move up like this, and then a pullback to the EMA holds. Oh, hold on, you can't see my drawing. So we get a move up like this and a pullback to the EMA holds. We'll go long. So on a little bit of a higher view, that's this trend playing out, bounce, and then a larger, higher low. And same thing to the downside. If we break through, we want to come back, test this, and have it hold. So a break and retest. So either a higher low off the bounce or a break and retest. What we don't want is what's happening right now is just like chop right around the area. We're not getting any sort of expansion either way. Over on NQ, it finally did make a new low of that possibly larger downtrend we had in play. So now NQ's in the same boat. Downtrend is played out. Not quite at a key level. We are chopping around at the same time as ES. So that's what I'll leave you with, guys. There's no reason to make a trade right around here until we get one of those two patterns that I laid out. You need confirmation that either this is going to be support or we break below and it's going to be resistance, but you don't want to try to make that guess right now. That is no better than a coin flip. We got to have probabilities on our side. Don't have them just yet, but hey, things are looking up. This looks like this might pop down and break right now. So we'll be hunting some setups in the Discord. Check the link below. Come join us. Lots of great trading with a solid group. We're looking for some high probability trades, and we usually get a few every single day. So come join. Don't trade alone. You'll do much better. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day. I'm excited about this week. See you soon.